Hello, this is Intuitive Living with Jennifer Jean, and I'm Jennifer Jean. Well, I am back once again, and I had every intention of making weekly videos at the beginning of the year, but life kind of got in the way. So here I'm again, restarting my channel for the umpteenth time. I want to reintroduce myself if you don't know me. I am Jennifer Jean. I'm a psychic medium. I have over 35 years of experience, and I've helped people from all walks of life in every way that I can. I am creating this channel, or restarting it rather, so that we can talk about all things psychic, all the woo-woo things, but I also intend on making it more of a lifestyle channel where we talk about how to nourish body, mind, and soul, and just to come in and talk about things that you want to talk about, and how to get through everyday things if you're an intuitive or a sensitive person. So today I want to talk about how to get through difficult times when you are a sensitive person or an intuitive. And sometimes, people like us get hit a little bit harder than others. Some people can bounce back really quickly. And just to share with you, so I'm in my Michigan home right now. So we have a house here in Michigan and a house in Florida. And if you've been following me, you know that my house was hit by not one, but two hurricanes last summer. And it's been a really rough road. And we spent this whole year trying to get our house back together. And it's being worked on as we speak. And we bought this house here in Michigan right before the hurricanes hit. So we had no idea what we were up against. So I would say I had a little PTSD from this experience. And I've just been trying to find ways to get through this. It's been such a challenge, but you can make it to the other side. And I was originally going to put out this video at the beginning of the year, and it got to the point where I just couldn't handle getting trying to fix everything up in the house and having workers in and out and that kind of thing. So I really wasn't able to film, but things are a lot better now. And I think the reason I wasn't able to make this video is that I was able to see how things could get better and how I could get back on track. So here are my top 5 tips for getting through difficult times. So these tips were channeled by my guides. And even though I originally was going to put this out at the beginning of the year, these things still hold true. And that I didn't change a thing. So they must have known that I was going to make this later on. So anyway, the first thing, and this sounds counterintuitive, but it's to sweat the small stuff. And they always say, don't sweat the small stuff. But I think sometimes it's good to see the trees for the forest instead of the forest for the trees, because you've got to start somewhere. And if you don't have a to-do list and don't know where to even begin, you can get really overwhelmed and not get anything done. So sometimes the details have to be taken care of first. And if you set small goals, it'll help get your plan and get out of the way of the situation. So for me, it was about just starting to clear out things from our garage when it was flooded, just putting things out on the street and just one thing at a time, and moving one thing at a time, doing the cleaning. I know it sounds so overwhelming. And whenever somebody tells me that this has to happen, I get really stressed out. So for me, it's, if I can take just a few things, get them done in one day, then I do a lot better with that. So sweat the small stuff. So another thing is to have good boundaries in place. And when you're really stressed out, it is sometimes hard to say no to things or let other people control what is happening in your life. And you really need to have these boundaries in place so that you can feel your best, so you can feel grounded and centered. And, sometimes there are situations or people that you might have to do without when you're going through these times. And it's, you really find out who your true friends are when you're going through something tough. And I know that that's been the case for me. So you can set boundaries and still be a nice person. I mean, you don't have to be bitchy about it, but it's good that you really state your case and say, no, I really don't want to do this right now, or I have to take care of this first, or I don't have time to do this. Because when you're recovering from something and have PTSD, you can snap. I mean, it is a real thing. So it's good to have those boundaries in place and not to be apologetic about it. Don't be afraid to speak up. So the next thing is to realize that bad times won't last forever, but on the flip side, good times don't last forever either. It's just the cycle of life, and it's the ebb and flow. And sometimes we get to rest and have good times. Like this summer has been great. I've been able to rest a little bit. But sometimes the work and the lessons just feel never ending. So, it's just to be grateful when you are going through times that are not as difficult, but also to be grateful when you are going through tough times, because you learn a lesson from it, and there's got to be something positive that's going on even when you're struggling. So if you can really count your blessings, that will really help you get through. This one is really important for me, but it's to have a daily ritual. For me, that's getting up first thing, not talking to anybody, doing yoga, and then having my coffee. That is a non-negotiable. I do that every day. So for you, maybe it's journaling, it could be prayer, meditation, exercise, whatever it is for you, know that it is yours and you own it. And if you have that ritual, it makes things kind of go a little bit easier in the day. Because if you don't, you feel like you're kind of knocked off, and you're knocked off your center, and it's hard to get back on. So if you have this ritual, you know that at least you have one thing that's in your favor for the day. So the last thing is to choose what you digest. That can be food, it can be media, it can be so many different things. And as an intuitive, you really need to carefully choose your information sources. And I mean, being an intuitive, you can kind of sift through all the BS too. But sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the moment, and especially on the news. I mean, things are crazy, and like you hear something and you react to it, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And then you take a breath and you're like, no, that's not true. You can't believe everything you hear, and you need to be discriminating about what you choose to give your time and attention. And believe me, this will really come in handy. It will really help you get back on track. So my bonus tip is something that really helped me, and I got counseling. I went to a therapist during this time, and I just had a few sessions, but it was enough for me to realize that there were so many good things going on amidst this crisis. And it only took me, I would say, about 2 months worth of sessions, and I felt so much better. I felt like I was being heard. You might want to talk to a therapist. You may feel more comfortable with a psychic medium, with a friend, with family. But whatever it is, have somebody that you can reach out and talk to, because it really does make a difference. Remember, you are not alone. Not only do you have people that love you here on earth, you also have your spirit team who are ready to help you whenever you want that. So if you want to reach me and talk about anything, you can email me at readingsbyjenniferjean@gmail.com, or visit my website, readingsbyjenniferjean.com. And for the month of August, I know that this video is coming out at the end of July, but during the month of August, I'm offering my 45-minute reading for only $100. That's a $20 savings. So if you'd like to have a little bit longer reading, this is a really good way to get all your questions gathered, and I will be there to help you. I'm here for you. So to end my video today, I would like to share my mantra for protection. And I use this when I do readings, or if I want to connect with my spirit guides. It helps me to get centered and to raise my vibration. So here you go. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light, and may the light of truth overcome all darkness. Victory to that light. Thank you so much for listening today, and I wish you all the best. Take care.